Hello guys, my name is Revimir Frederick J. Bancori and this is the report of financial management, and I will explain about the capital budgeting techniques in evaluating capital investment proposals. Some basic methods are used to evaluate projects and to decide whether or not they should be accepted for inclusion in the capital budget. They are classified as those that do not consider the time value of money. The cost payback period measures the length of time required to recover the amount of initial investment. It is the time interval between the time of outlay and the full recovery of the investment. This could be measured in a simple payback period, payback reciprocal, and payback bailout. The shorter the payback period, the better the investment will be. The formula of the payback period is the net initial investment, which is divided by the annual net cash inflow, and the answer is the number of years. And then the formula of the payback reciprocal is the annual net cash inflow divided by the net initial investment. The answer of this is will be the percentage, or we could use the easier formula, which is the one divided by the payback period, which is equal to the percentage. And now we'll explain the payback bailout. As mentioned, capital budgeting requires the determination of the terminal value or scrap value of the asset or the capital invested. Scrap values could be determined at the end of each year of the life of the asset. And now, we proceed to the accounting rate of return, or ARR, which is also known as the book value rate of return. Measures profitability from the conventional accounting standpoint by relating the required investment to the future annual net income, which means the ARR, or the annual net operating cash inflow, less annual depreciation expense on incremental investment, is divided by average investment. Since we already explained the definition of the payback period, accounting rate of return, and the payback bailout, we can now proceed to the illustration below. Assume that a great company is planning to spend 60,000 pesos for a machine which will be depreciated on a straight line basis over 10 years. The machine will generate additional cash revenues of 12,000 pesos a year. Great will not occur additional costs except for depreciation. The income tax rate is 35%. In this case, we are required to, number 1, determine the net income after tax. Number 2, determine the accounting rate of return. Number 3, determine the after-tax annual cash flow. 4, determine the payback period in the payback reciprocal. And finally, determine the payback bailout period. This time, I'll show you how to compute the payback period, payback reciprocal, and the accounting rate of return step by step. Firstly, we will identify the cash revenues per year, which is 12,000 pesos. Then, the annual depreciation is 60,000, and we'll divide it to 10 years, and the answer will be 6,000. Then the taxable income will be 6,000 pesos. Then the income tax will be 6,000, and we multiply it to 35%, which the answer is 2,100. Finally, the net income after tax is 3,900 pesos. And since we finally get the net income after tax, which is 3,900 pesos, we can now proceed to the accounting rate of return. To compute the ARR, we will identify the net income after tax, which is 3,900 pesos, and we will divide it to net investment, which is 60,000 pesos, and the answer will be 6.5% or 0.065, which means this 6.5% is our accounting rate of return. The next step is we will compute the cash revenues per year again, which is 12,000 pesos, and the income tax, we will multiply the 6,000 pesos times 35%, which the answer will be 2,100 pesos. Then we will subtract the 12,000 pesos and 2,100, and the answer will be the 9,900 pesos, which is our annual cash flow after tax. Next, we will get the payback period. We will compute the net investment cost, which is 60,000 pesos, and we will divide it to the annual cash flow after tax, which is 9,900 pesos we computed earlier, and our payback period will be 6.6 years. And finally, we will compute the payback reciprocal. We will get the 9,900 pesos and divide it by 60,000 pesos, and the answer will be 16.5%, or the easier method will be the 1 divided by 6.06 equals 16.5%. And that is our payback reciprocal. In some cases, cash inflows are not equal throughout the life of the investments. In such cases, the computation of the payback period will be different from what has been presented. Assume the following cash inflow patterns. As you can see, the initial investment is still 60,000 pesos, and the cash flow is separated in 4 years. In year 1, the amount is 20,000. In year 2, the amount is 40,000. In year 3, the amount is 20,000 again. And finally, year 4, the amount is 10,000. This one, payback will be computed as shown in the table below. As you can see in the table below, the year consists in 0 to up to 4 years, and the initial investment is still 60,000 pesos, and the net cash inflows that consists of each year and cumulative. And we will show you how to solve the. Now I will show you the step by step to get the cumulative cash inflow. Firstly, in year 0, our initial investment is still 60,000, but the difference is now negative. Next, in year 1, we will add the negative 60,000 in cumulative cash inflow to 20,000 in each year, which the cumulative cash inflow is negative 40,000. Then in year 2, negative 40,000 plus 40,000 will be equal to 0, which we have in year 2 we have no cumulative cash inflow in that year. Next, we will add the 0 from year 2 to 20,000 from year 3, which equals to 20,000 still. Finally, we will compute 20,000 cumulative plus 10,000 per year, which will be equal to 30,000 cumulative cash inflow. Now, the payback period is exactly 2 years, but in some cases, the payback period may not happen at an exact number of years. And so, we will assume that instead of having an investment of 60,000 pesos but 62,000 pesos, payback will be presented as follows. As you can see, this table is almost exact same as the previous one, but the difference is the initial investment is now 62,000 pesos, and the amounts of the cumulative cash inflow is also different from the first one. And do take note again that those numbers with parentheses, which means they are negative numbers. And the computation for this table is the same as the previous one. Same process. And here is the solution for that. And we will notice that in the second year, the initial investment was almost recovered, and only a small portion of the next year's cash inflow is needed to fully recover the initial investment. Means there is still a small portion of amount left in order to fully recover the initial investment. Thus, the exact payback can be computed using the following formula. Now we will use the payback period formula, which is 2 years plus 2,000, which is we get from year 2. We will divide it by 20,000 pesos, and the answer it will be 2.1 years, which is that as our payback period. And now we will compute its payback reciprocal. This time we will sum up the 4 years amounts, which is 20,000 pesos plus 40,000 plus 20,000 plus 10,000, which will be equal to 90,000 pesos. Then we will divide it into 4 years. The answer will be 22,500 pesos, which is our average cash inflow, and we will get our initial investment, which is 62,000 pesos that we will divide on. Now, 22,500 divided by 62,000 equals 0.3629 or 36.29%, which is our payback reciprocal. And now, we will now proceed to the payback bailout period. The payback bailout period can be computed by preparing a table showing the scrap values and net cash inflows every end of each year. The total cumulative cash returns and the scrap values will be added as the total values recovered and compared with the total amount recoverable. This time, we will assume in the given problem the asset has scrap values presented below. The table below shows the end of the year and its scrap values. The end of the year consists of up to 10 years, and the scrap values are the 40,000 pesos in year 1, and 35,000 in year 2, 30,000 in year 3, 25,000 in year 4, 20,000 in year 5, 15,000 pesos in year 6, 10,000 pesos in year 7, 5,000 pesos in year 8, 2,000 pesos in year 9, and finally, we have zero amount in year 10. Now, finally, we will show you the completed table will show the following, which is the longest computation in this topic. In this table, the table shows the year, which is 1 up to 10 years, and the net annual cash inflow, which is 9,900, that extends up to 10 years that we compute earlier. Then the cumulative net cash inflow that we will compute later, and the scrap value that shown earlier, and the total value recovered, which will be explained later, and that finally the total amount recoverable, which introduces our initial investment which is 62,000 pesos. We will proceed to the calculation. To get the cumulative net cash inflow, the computation will be the following. Example, we will get the amount of cumulative net cash inflow by calculating the previous cumulative plus current year net annual cash inflow. Year 1, stays in 9,900 a month. In year 2, we will add the 9,900 plus 9,900, which will equals to 19,800, which is our cumulative net cash inflow from year 2. And then in year 3, we will add the 19,800, which is our previous cumulative net cash inflow, plus 9,900, which is equal to 20,700, which is our net cash inflow in year 3. And the rest is the same calculations and so on. Next, to get the total value recovered, we will calculate the cumulative net cash inflow plus scrap value. For example, we will get the 9,900 plus 40,000 from scrap value equals to 49,900, which is our total value recovered from year 1. The same thing applies to the rest of the amounts in the table. Next, to get the total amount recoverable, we will compute it by subtracting the initial investment from total value recovered. For example, we will subtract the 62,000 pesos which is our initial investment minus 49,900, which is our total value recovered from year 1, and the answer will be 12,100 pesos. And that is our total amount recoverable. And again, same process as the example shown below in the table, except the total amount recoverable stops at year 3, which is 2,300. Now, take note that at year 3, initial investment is almost recovered. However, unexact payback bailout or PBP could be computed similar to uneven returns as follows. Since it's only 3 years, we will compute the PBP using this formula. First, we will compute the 3 years plus 2,300 pesos and divided by 64,600 minus 59,700, and the answer it will be 4,900. And now we will divide the two amounts, which is 2,300 pesos divided by 4,900 equals 3 years plus 469 equals 3.47 years. In conclusion, this topic shows about the computation of payback period, payback reciprocal, accounting rate of return, and the payback bailout period. And that's all of my report for today. Thank you.